What is going on, guys? It's your boy Dylan the Villain, and I'm coming back at you once again with some Totally Extreme Wrestling 2020 content. It's Monday, week 2 of July 1997. We have some big things planned for Monday Night Raw. But first, let's kick off a pre-show match. We haven't seen Ahmed Johnson. Last time we seen Ahmed Johnson, he was assaulting people and beating up people. So Ahmed Johnson is on the pre-show here. Last time we seen Ahmed Johnson, he was basically taking his anger and frustrations out on anybody, and he was on a losing streak. But he picks up a win here tonight against Al Snow by pinfall with a Pearl River Plunge. One of my favorite wrestling moves, too. Kind of like a modified Tiger Driver. Awesome move. Really like that move. 64. Ahmed Johnson with a 67. Not bad. And Al Snow with a 45. Announcing and color commentary gave the match the boost. We are going to go start the show. In our opening show, we run down the card. We're going to tell you everything that's going on here tonight. We are going to see that promo between Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Shawn Michaels will do a promo. He requested that he comes to the ring and do his promo, that he does not want to do a sit-down interview like Triple H. He wants to come to the ring and air his frustrations and grievances in front of all you fans here tonight. Vince McMahon will not be here tonight. As we found out from Shotgun Saturday Night, he will be dealing with some stuff outside of the wrestling world. He is taking the week off, and Shane McMahon will be running the show here tonight. We will have word from Bret the Hitman Hart about his opponent at the upcoming Fully Loaded pay-per-view. We have word that Shane McMahon will like to speak with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and we will see the returning Eddie Guerrero in action from Shotgun Saturday Night. We've seen the return of Eddie Guerrero. He will be in action here tonight. We are going to go ahead and start the show. The opening segment is Ultimo Dragon taking on Rick Steiner, and I cannot believe this, but Ultimo Dragon defeats Steiner by pinfall. It was supposed to be, let's go to Road Agent notes. Scott Steiner was supposed to come out and distract him, but it did not happen. This match still got a 74. They still did an amazing job. Ultimo Dragon picking up a huge win here over Rick Steiner on live television. I mean, that's a big win here. Rick came to me backstage and said he wanted to put Ultimo over. And so I figured I could write into a storyline and help Ultimo climb up the card. I mean, I'm all for helping other younger talent climb up the card here. We're going to move on to the next segment. And it is the interview with Bret Hart. And he is with, I got 100, not bad, Bret, with Michael Cole backstage. Michael Cole asked him, who does he believe is going to be the new number 1 contender now that he beat Shawn Michaels? Michael Cole says that you pretty much beat everybody here in the World Wrestling Federation, all the top guys in the main event. Bret Hart goes, well, I'm pretty sure that's why Vince is taking the week off. He's taking the week off to look at the roster, look who would be a good opponent for me, and look at who would be a good opponent for me at the upcoming pay-per-view, and look at the roster and try to pick me out a good opponent, something that will make money for not only him, but for me as well. And give me an opponent that I can actually get in the ring with and compete and have a good match with. And Michael Cole's just like, well, maybe on Shotgun Saturday Night, he will be on Shotgun Saturday Night, and hopefully he will announce something that is going on with your World Heavyweight Championship and your opponent at the pay-per-view. Bret Hart's just like, well, like you said, I beat everybody, and once you beat everybody and you're the top guy in the company, you can pretty much pick and choose who you want to wrestle. And, the contracts and all that stuff, I can pick and choose who I want. But I like my opponent being a mystery. It makes me fight harder, makes me fight better, and whoever they put in front of me at the pay-per-view, they're going to meet the same fate as everybody else who has who I've stepped into the ring with. It doesn't matter who it is. I beat The Undertaker. Everybody said The Undertaker was unbeatable. I beat The Undertaker. Everybody said Big Show was unbeatable. I beat the Big Show. I beat a returning Shawn Michaels. I beat Stone Cold Steve Austin to win this championship. I beat everybody that they put in the ring with me, and nobody can lace my boots, and I plan on being the World Heavyweight Champion for a long time. Michael Cole says, well, that's all the time we have. Thank you. Bret Hart's just like, yep, and they go about their separate ways. We move on to the next segment, which is the Eddie Guerrero match as he takes on the marvelous Marc Mero. And a bout that had a good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Eddie Guerrero defeated Marc Mero with a frog splash. Eddie Guerrero with a 74, Marc Mero with a 73. And the whole effing show storyline advances. Marc Mero seemed off his game. He was not happy about losing to Eddie. I'll put it that way. And Sable did some good work at ringside. Even though they are the same pop, I believe they're both in the low 60s, high 60s. They're almost 70s, low 60s. Marc Mero did not want to lose to Eddie Guerrero for some reason, and I really don't know why, but he gets mad. That's all I can say about that. We are trying to make Eddie Guerrero a star here, and he goes over Marc Mero. Yes. So we see Shane McMahon and Stephanie's in the office, and Shane comes in the office and he goes, well, guess what a little birdie told me? Stephanie's like, what? What now? And he goes, well, since Dad ain't here this week, I'm the one who has to overlook you. And I'm the one who has to protect you and make sure that you're not roaming around the locker room trying to get in relationships that you really don't need to be getting in. And somebody told me that you're still talking to The Rock. And Stephanie's like, no, I'm not. I'm not talking to The Rock. Just leave him alone, okay? I'm not talking to him. And Shane goes, that's not what I heard. And Stephanie's like begging him, and she's like, please, Shane, just leave him alone, okay? Just leave him alone. Just leave him alone. And Shane's just like, well, sorry, Steph, Dad put me in charge, and since Dad put me in charge, that means I get to book matches tonight. And Dad told me if you get caught talking to The Rock, to teach The Rock a lesson. And so I went around, and I talked to a few people, and, y'all can already see who it is, but I went around and I talked, and I found Paul Bearer. And I told him my situation, and Paul Bearer agreed that it would be a good match if we put Kane up against The Rock to persuade The Rock not to continue to talk to you. If the Big Show couldn't keep him away from you, then maybe Kane will. And she's crying. She's just like, please, he's not talking to me. Please, I haven't spoke to him. Please, no, don't do this. And Shane's just like, nah, it's out of my hands. It's out of my hands. What can I do? And then Stephanie's crying, and she, it cuts. Shane walks off camera, and Stephanie's, putting her head down. She's crying, and she's heartbroken and everything. So the night's main event is going to be The Rock versus the Big Red Machine, the devil's favorite demon, Kane. This segment got a 100. We are going to move on to the next segment. And it is a match between Jeff Jarrett and Goldust, and Jeff Jarrett picks up the win over Goldust by submission. What a surprise. Jeff Jarrett picking up 2 big surprise wins here in the last couple of weeks. He beat Kurt Angle on Shotgun Saturday Night. Now he beat Goldust. Jeff Jarrett picking up some wins here. Jeff Jarrett with a 79 and Goldust with an 87. Goldust and China have good chemistry together. Well, I hope so, because they are dating. And Goldust has the crowd support. People love Goldust. As y'all seen on Sunday Night Heat, he is an ass lover. He is a big fan of Mr. Ass Billy Gunn. He is an ass lover along with Chyna. They both love the asses. And it was a superb match too, man. Not bad. They did good. I can't believe he beat him by submission though, but not bad. We move on to the next segment. Yeah, not bad match at all. And we get a promo from Raven. And Raven says, you know, when I first came here from the land of extreme, I seen these two young men who were doing whatever they needed to do to move up the card. They were working 2 to 3 times a night. They were jobbing out to... They were losing to people that they have no business losing to. They were putting their bodies on the line. They were shortening their careers just like I used to. Just like Mankind over here. These two young men I saw potential in them that I can mold into greatness, that I can take and shape in any way that I want to, any way that I see fit. And it occurred to me that not only have, since they teamed up with me, have they not lost a match, that they are in line to possibly be the number 1 contenders for the tag team titles here in the World Wrestling Federation. And that's just one step of the master plan. That's just one piece of the puzzle and the overall scheme of things for me. I have my eyes, along with Mankind, have our eyes on a few little prizes that we like to collect and have for ourselves. But I asked the Hardys, I said, what do you want? They said they want the tag team titles. They want to be remembered as the greatest tag team of all time. And I told them to go out there and capture it. So that's exactly what they're going to do. Hopefully soon, the world will see that people say I'm crazy. People say I lost my mind since coming here. People say that I'm not who I used to be, that I gave up the life of hardcore. No. I do whatever I need to do to win matches. But I will not entertain the thought of putting my body on the line along with these 3 men who have suffered injuries and concussions. Mainly Mankind over here, who got scars that will never heal because they put their body on the line to entertain you idiotic, moronic fans. For what? For nothing. So hopefully the Hardys stick to the principles as they go on to capture the tag team titles. And I feel sorry for whoever Shane McMahon booked them up against tonight, because they're going to lose. And they're going to feel the effect. They're going to feel the event, the Omega event. And the Hardys will win once again, and they will go on to the fully loaded pay-per-view, and they're going to win the tag team titles. And as for me and Mankind, only time will tell on what our plan truly is. We move on to the next segment here, and it is a tag team match between Bomb and Crush, and the Hardy Boys. The Hardy Boys with a 70. Since putting them with Raven, man, they've fucking shot up the card big time. Both teams have good chemistry, teaming up with each other. Matt and Jeff have the tag team specially. Another little bit. Announcing quality and color gave the match a boost. The match got a 77, not bad. Bomb and Crush with a 50, and the Hardys with a 70, man. They are killing it. The Hardys pick up the win when Jeff pinned Bomb with the Omega event. And I'm pretty sure I came up with a tag team name. I don't think I ever changed it for Bomb and Crush. I know it's been a while since I asked a tag team name, but somebody gave me a good tag team name for them. And we're going to go ahead and move on to that. In real life, they're actually Chronic. I believe they are the tag team of Chronic. We can't name them that because that's a WCW name, so we got to try to come up with a name for them. We're going to change their name after this, actually, and name the tag team. We go to backstage, we go to commercial, and we come back, and we see Shane McMahon in the office, and Stone Cold walks in, and he goes, "They told me to come see you tonight, even though I'm not booked. They told me to come see you." And Shane goes, "Yes. We noticed that you and Chris Jericho have not been getting along very well here." Steve Austin kind of gives him a shit look like, yeah, no shit. And he goes, "Look." He goes, "So I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. You see, Dad's taking the week off to look over the roster and look at people's wins-loss records and looking at who he believes Bret Hart's opponent is going to be at the fully loaded pay-per-view. And from what he's saying is that he's going to put together, I guess, a match to determine who will face Bret Hart at the pay-per-view. And the two names at the very top of that list was you and Chris Jericho. So I believe next week you and Chris Jericho are going to have a match. And Stone Cold's like, "Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah." And Jericho's just like, and to make sure that the match, Shane's just like, and to make sure the match is goes the way that it needs to go, we're going to make that a steel cage match so nobody could run away. There must be a winner. No more excuses. Steve Austin's like, "All right, hell yeah," He's like, "Hell yeah, yeah, fuck yeah." And Shane's just like, "Well, I already called Jericho, already let Jericho know, and he's threatened to no-show the show. But if he does no-show, then you'll be the winner of the match. And if he does show up, then y'all compete. But he's threatened to walk out, that he already beat you, that he doesn't need to beat you. But from my record book, it is now 1-1 on matches between y'all two, that he beat you at the pay-per-view, and I believe you beat him on Shotgun Saturday Night by count-out, but a win's a win." And so he's like, "Yeah, this is going to be the tiebreaker between y'all two. Next week on Raw, we're going to put y'all in a steel cage." And then Stone Cold's just like, "Hell yeah, thanks, Yeah, I would love that." Shane's just like, "Yeah, well, good luck, and see you next week." Yes. So Vader is backstage. He's walking around backstage, and he gets attacked by Dwayne Gill. I thought there was a segment before this, but I guess not. And he finds Vader, and Dwayne Gill runs up on Vader and attacks him and starts beating him, and he makes Vader tap out. It was supposed to be by pinfall, but I guess he makes Vader tap out, and Dwayne Gill wins back the 24/7 champion. Vader was champion for about a good old 3 days, and Dwayne Gill wins back the WWF 24/7 title. hardcore title. And yeah, he beat Vader and won it back. Yes. This before the main event, we see The Rock, and he's going to the ring, and he gets stopped by Stephine, and she's just like, "Look, Rock, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this." You know, she's like, "You don't have anything to prove. Please don't do this." Rock's just like, "No." You know, he's just like, "I'm a man," and he's like, "I understand where your brother, where your dad's coming from. Not necessarily your brother, but I understand where your dad's coming from." And you know, like, I know how I feel about you, and I'm pretty sure I know how you feel about me. So if this is what I got to do to win over your dad and win his respect, then so be it. You know, like, I love you and I care about you, and you know, if this is what I got to do to win over your dad and your family, then so be it. And Stephanie's just like, "But you're not. You know, you're not. They don't want me. My dad doesn't want me dating a wrestler, you know, like, she don't want me dating a wrestler because she says that I'm going to influence the booking and make my boyfriend in championship matches and talk him into doing that and everything." And Rock's like, "Well, I'm not that type of guy, you know." He's like, I believe hard work and dedication is what gets people to the top, you know." He's like, "I may not be the champion, but I know for a fact that I'm the people's champion, that I should have been champion at WrestleMania, and the people are calling me the world champion. I may not be the rightful champion, but I know I'm the people's champion, and I'll do whatever I have to do to prove that I belong in the main event picture, and to prove that my love for you is genuine." And he stands there for a minute, and Stephanie, she kind of looks nervous, and then she just grabs The Rock and gives Rock a big giant kiss. And she smiles real big, and The Rock's kind of like taken back by it, and she's like, "Good luck tonight." So The Rock comes to the ring. He comes to the ring first. And then Kane comes out to the ring. And a bout that had sensational wrestling and fantastic heat. Kane defeats... Man, this match only got an 83. Oof. They both got 95s. Oof. Let's see here. Lack of psychology. Somebody doesn't have good enough psychology, I guess. I believe it's this guy. I don't know yet. I gotta go find... I'll look and find out. But they go for a while, and Kane, The Rock, stands up and goes toe-to-toe with Kane, and Kane picks up the win by a chokeslam. Dang it. I thought there was a promo segment over there, and Kane does the pyro, and he goes out the ring, and The Rock lays in the ring. We go to commercial. When we come back, I thought there was another promo after that, and that's why I clicked on it so fast. But we come back from commercial, and we're going to end the show with the Shawn Michaels promo, and he's in the ring. And the fans are cheering, and they're happy to see Shawn Michaels back. And he goes, "I don't know if y'all have heard, but D-Generation X is no more. You see, for years now, I've been riding the roads with my best friends. I guess you can call us a clique of guys who had each other's back and made sure that we had each other's back. We traveled all around the world. We traveled the roads, and we traveled all around the world together. And every one of us had a place on the card and was making money together. We were having a good time. I let my personal demons get the best of me. I will admit that. And I had to take some time off to not only heal my body, but to heal my mind mentally as well. And I come back, and my best friend welcomes me back with open arms. He acts like he's excited that I'm back. He's happy that I'm back. And he's held it down while I was going. He proved everything that I told him that he was going to do, that he was going to be a big star. And he put on some of the best matches I've ever seen against a man who just competed here tonight, The Rock. And other guys like Chris Jericho, Bob Holly. Triple H has proved that he is not a B-plus player, that he should be a main event star. I will admit that, and I'll say that, and I'll go to bat for him on that. But what I don't understand is why my best friend will come out to the ring and stab me deep in the back after everything that I've done for him. After everything that I sacrificed to make sure that he still had a job here in the World Wrestling Federation. I hear him talk about the Madison Square Garden event when we hugged our good friends goodbye and wished them farewell. I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it. You see, somebody had to be punished. And that person ended up being Hunter. I regret that had to happen. I regret that it happened. But he ended up having to pay the consequences. I can understand his frustrations. I'm not saying that he's wrong. I mean, he's 100% correct on everything that he said about that. But the fact that he's trying to say that I'm still in the spotlight, that I'm hogging the spotlight, that I never gave him a chance to shine is an absolute lie. I wished him nothing but the best. And I don't understand why he didn't want that for me. You see, I wanted Hunter to be at the top with me. And I guess his jealousy and envy and anger finally built up for so long that it finally snapped. And not only does he not want to see me at the top, he don't want me at the top at all. He wants to be the king. He's the king now. He's the king of the ring. But that don't mean shit. That don't mean a damn thing. Because you picked a fight with the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. You may be the number one contender, kid, but you're just a student, and I'm the master. I taught you and showed you everything that you know. I made you who you are today. There wouldn't be no Triple H if it wasn't for Shawn Michaels. If it wasn't for Shawn Michaels going to bat for you after the Madison Square Garden event, Triple H wouldn't even be in the World Wrestling Federation. Triple H will be wrestling somewhere in Philadelphia in a bingo hall or somewhere in Atlanta with those chewing tobacco, sister kissing morons down there in WCW. He would be down there wrestling for them. He wouldn't be here in the World Wrestling Federation. It's me who put my neck on the line and talked Vince out of firing you. Just so you can keep your job here. Now, I hear a lot of people saying the only reason I wanted to keep you around is so I can have somebody carry my bags. That I wanted somebody around to carry my bags. Somebody to take care of me and babysit me and stuff. And I will admit, I let my demons get a hold of me. And Triple H doesn't drink. Triple H doesn't smoke. He was a good friend when he had to be a good friend. So, Hunter, on that note, I want to apologize for putting you through all that. And hopefully, one day you can forgive me, but not anytime soon. Because I'm not going to forget what you did to me at King of the Ring and costing me the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship. And it appears that you have a problem with me, that you want to make a name off of Shawn Michaels, that you want to become famous off of Shawn Michaels. Well, kid, I'm here and I'm ready. I'm ready to make you famous. You want to be famous, kid? You want to step up with the big main event guys like me, like Taker, like Bret, as much as I hate him, like Bret? You want to be a main event guy like Steve Austin? Then let's go, kid. Let's go. You want to be in the main event? Then let's go. At Fully Loaded, it will be Shawn Michaels versus Triple H. And I want it in contract. I want it in writing that I will not be fired, suspended, fined, or thrown in jail for what I'm going to do to you. You want to stab me in the back when I did everything for you, then fine. But at the pay-per-view, I'm not going to be held responsible for what I do to you. And then Shawn Michaels throws down the microphone, and we get the credits, and we end the show with a 89. Not bad. Not bad at all. The main event kind of hurt us there a little bit, but we got an 89. I mean, it's not bad. Not a bad rating. It's not one of our best ratings, but we did okay. I think we did okay. Yeah, we increased our pop in 25 regions, and we would have gained one in Canada. We need a better TV deal in Canada. That's what we really need. All right. Let's see what WCW did. They got a 77. So, yeah, we beat WCW, you know. Not surprised at all. Hulk Hogan. If y'all remember, Hulk Hogan started filming his movie, and he will be out for a year. So let's see if he still ends up winning Wrestler of the Year by the end of it. We had the Halfway Awards, and he ended up winning Wrestler of the Year. He's second popular, along with Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. I would figure The Undertaker would be the most popular guy in my company. But, yeah, man, that's the top 5. Ric Flair. Owen's pretty popular. I didn't think it was going to be Vader. I'll put it that way. Thought it was going to be that guy right there. But, I guess this is all across the regions. Yeah, so, yeah, I thought Steve Austin was going to be in the top 5. He's super fucking over in my company. But, thank y'all for watching, guys. I know I've rambled on enough on this one. Thank y'all for watching. If y'all like what y'all see and want to watch more, the subscribe icon will be right here and the Monday Night Raw. And if you like this episode and want to go back right here, man, and check out the playlist and check that out. I am Dylan the Villain, and like we always say here on the channel, if you can't play with each other, then do what we like to do when we can't play with each other. What do? We play with ourselves. Later, guys.